Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brianna. Welcome to Breelan's Books. This month I started doing the Top 5 Wednesday videos. My first one was posted on Wednesday, and I really like a lot of the old topics that I wasn't a part of BookTube, so I couldn't have done, or I didn't have a blog or anything like that. So for Mondays this month, and maybe, Mondays this month and possibly into December, I'm going to be doing old Top 5 Wednesday videos that I would have really liked to have done or that I thought were interesting. So that's what I'm doing today. So today I am doing the top 5 gateway books to your favorite genre. My favorite genre is fantasy. So I have 5 fantasy books that I read when I was younger that introduced me to the genre. The first one I read in the 5th grade, and I've talked about it a lot on this channel, so I'm not going to talk about it a ton. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. It was the same year that The Last Olympian came out, so I read them all in one year, and then I've been reading his books like as they've come out ever since. Next 2 books that I'm going to talk about I read in the 6th grade, and the first of those is The Warrior Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. I think I've talked about this book on this channel. Basically, a guy finds out that he's part of like this crazy society and it has quite, you wouldn't expect such dark undertones from a middle grade book, but it does have them. It is middle grade. It's part of a series. I'm currently rereading the series because when I was younger I didn't know there was a series, so I read this one a lot, but I didn't ever read the other ones. So I'm reading the second one right now. I just reread this a couple months ago. I think the next one is an introductory book for fantasy for all of us. I think anyone who's like a really big reader, except for like a few exceptions. I know there are people who haven't read it, but pretty much everyone has, and that's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I read this in the 6th grade. I actually lied to my mom about reading it. I talked about that on my bookish facts video. I've talked about that before. I read it in the 6th grade. I read all of them in the 6th grade. I love them. Yeah. The next one I read in the 7th grade. Going a little chronologically here if you couldn't tell. I think that this is the only book on this list that I haven't talked about yet on my channel, and that is Beastly by Alex Flynn. There's a movie. This is my movie stub from going to see Beastly in my Beastly book. I didn't realize that. It's like all gone. You can't even see that it had anything printed on it because it's been a while. But I read this book in the 7th grade, and if you've seen the movie Beastly, you know what it's about. It's about modern day Beauty and the Beast. There's magic involved, and he gets turned into the Beast so he can become a better person. The book is better than the movie in my perspective because it's kind of more lighthearted and fun, and they there's like a chat room for like people who've been magically turned into weird like creatures, and I think that was really funny and just like an odd, quirky thing. But I read it in the 7th. I read this in the 7th grade when I was still pretty new to fantasy. Yeah. The next one. I read these in the 8th grade, and I don't remember how many of them. The first 4 of these had already come out when I read them in the 8th grade, and that is the Mortal Instruments series. I did have my own copy of the original cover, but I lent it to a friend, and now it is at her house, and it'll probably stay there for a long time. But I have her copy of Love, Rosie, like the movie, so even trade, I think. Not really. I want my book back. But these are the new pretty covers. This is my favorite series, I think, as of now. I really love it. I love the world that she's created. I love that she's been able to write so many books based in the same world, because I think that would be a fantastic career, to just live in your own fictional world that you've created for, what, how, like a year, even just if it was a book a year, this would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years of her life-ish. I don't know when these books first came out. So those are 5 books that introduced me to the fantasy genre that is now my favorite. I didn't really I tried not to include like dystopian types book like The Hunger Games or Divergent or The Maze Runner, things like that, not futuristic-y ones. I tried to just do like actual fantasy. I'm swaying. What is up today? I just got off work. Maybe that's it. Don't know. Don't know. Yeah, this happened. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. If any of these books were your introduction to fantasy, please let me know. Let me know what your favorite genre is. I'm actually curious about that. What's your favorite genre? What do you gravitate towards the most? Because I'm a very eclectic reader. I read historical fiction, I read nonfiction, I read classics, I read contemporary, I read fantasy, I read dystopian, I read it all. But fantasy is what I gravitate towards the most, which is kind of changing a little bit. It's, I don't know. But these are not necessarily the first fantasy books that I read, but they're the ones that really made me fall in love with the genre. Thank you guys for watching so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If there are any old Top 5 Wednesday videos that you'd be interested seeing from me, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely try them out. My shirt is attacking me. I will definitely try those out if you guys recommend them, but I will be doing an old topic every Monday. I think that this was from September, maybe? It might have been October. This might be really recent. But I didn't do it, so now it's happening. Alright, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on Wednesday for the current Top 5 Wednesday video. And have a good few days. Read a good book. Mwah.